Look at this.
That's her butt.
That's not her butt. This is her abdomen.
Oh.
She had emergency surgery and complications from that for the pregnancy and was left with this deformity.
My name is Crystal. I'm 29 years old and I'm from Houston, Texas. I have a Christmas tree on my stomach. When I first got pregnant, I was 17. I gained 81 pounds, and then I got pregnant again at 21. My husband, David, said that he actually really liked the way my body was, but at the same time, he was out cheating on me. That is when I went to a plastic surgeon in Mexico. I wanted a full mommy makeover, which would be a breast lift, implants if needed, and a tummy tuck after my surgery. The next day, the doctor comes in and removes my girdle. My stomach was black at this point. Like when a banana goes bad, it's black. It was black. He said that we needed to cut the dead skin, and I was awake when he started cutting. When my mom saw that he was cutting more, she stopped him, and we never went back to him. When I came back from Mexico, I was recovering in my mom's house. I felt like I was going to die.
My name is Katina. I have an alien belly with no belly button. Just out of high school, I got pregnant, and I gained about 90 pounds with that pregnancy. I was 19 years old at that time. And then when I got pregnant with my son, I was about 225 pounds. My kids need me, so I set out to lose as much weight as I possibly could just through diet and exercise. I lost 100 pounds, and I had all this hanging skin. It was almost as bad as still having the fat on there. So I decided that I was gonna reward myself with apron surgery. When I woke up out of the surgery and I looked down, and the first thing I said was, I can see my vagina, because I hadn't seen it in so long. About 3 days after the surgery, she removed the compression garment, and it was all red and pink. She said everything was fine, but my skin started turning purple, and it had hints of like brown underneath it. When it turned black, I started researching it. That's when I found out about necrosis, which is a flesh-eating disease. So I asked her, I said, you know, do I have necrosis? And she said, yeah. She cut this away, and I left that doctor's appointment with 2 holes in my stomach. Now I'm finally closed up, but I don't look normal.
My name is Tanya. I'm 28 years old, and my stomach looks like a reverse 4-pack. For the last 24 years, I've had to live with a scar on my stomach that's a constant reminder of the twin that I could have had. At the age of 4, I had a lot of really bad stomach aches. It was just this really stabbing, burning, twisting pain. I thought that my stomach was going to explode. When we go to the doctor, they're just, oh, she's fine, she has the flu. But as time went on, the stomach aches started getting worse and worse. My parents took me in, and they did an ultrasound on my stomach, and I had a tumor the size of a softball on my left ovary. Once I went into surgery, the doctors found the tumor with hair and teeth, and they said that they were about 99.9% sure that it was a twin. The scar starts above my belly button, maybe about an inch. It goes around my belly button and then back down again. When I was younger, it wasn't indenting, but the more that I grew, the more the scar started stretching itself and then indenting itself in more. It almost seems like the doctors didn't really take into consideration what the scar would have done to me.
Look at this.
That's her butt.
That's not her butt. This is her abdomen.
Oh.
She had emergency surgery and complications from that for the pregnancy and was left with this deformity. This is a deformity that she can't hide with clothing. So this is obviously something that really significantly affects her.
Can you please send in Jessica? Hi, Jessica.
Hey, how are you?
Hi,
Hey.
Dr. Nassif.
Jessica.
Nice
Hi,
to
Jessica
meet you.
Terry Dubrow. How are you?
Taking care
Nice
of
to
her
meet
mother.
you. So if you could tell us how you developed the situation that resulted in these pictures.
All right, did an unknown pregnancy,
You didn't know she was pregnant.
No.
the full term.
She just hid everything from us.
When I would be watching TV and stuff, I'd be propped back in the recliner, and next thing I know, I see his like foot pop out of my stomach, and I'm like, all right, yep, let me switch positions, because my dad would be on the other couch.
What is that thing popping out over there?
So when did you find out she was pregnant?
The night she had him.
Seriously, what were you thinking?
I sat in the lobby and stuff for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You didn't tell the
I didn't
the
tell,
nurses,
I
the
didn't tell
doctors?
nobody.
Nobody.
This doesn't make any sense.
Whoa. What was your plan?
I didn't really have a plan.
So the baby was successfully delivered.
Yes.
And then what happened?
When they did my C-section, she didn't clean me out all the way. The doctor didn't, and it made me septic.
So you had an intra-abdominal abscess. At first is a very low-grade contamination, which develops into a colonization, and then an infection, and then ultimately an abscess, which causes what we call an acute abdomen, which is essentially a surgical emergency.